Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Evan and this is Sense or Sense. And today I want to bring you an update on the Fidelity saga that I've been going through since last August. I reached out to Fidelity and got a recent update, and there's a little bit of change in their policy, although who knows how they'll implement it. I'll be very curious to see if they actually implement it this way or if it will just stay like the generic warning or not. But first of all, let's recap a little bit. People's funds had been held for up to 16 business days at Fidelity with transfers using the Fidelity app from their banks or using Fidelity's platform on a computer and transferring money into their Fidelity accounts via the transfer in process. Now, you can avoid this, and Fidelity admits this freely, that you can avoid this by doing an ACH push from your bank, your external bank or your external credit union or wherever you're getting your money from, and essentially just go to, like, for instance, in my case, Chase, and you tell Chase to transfer $2,000 to Fidelity, and Fidelity claims that that's the quickest way to get money in your account that doesn't have a hold, and it should avoid their up to 10 business day hold that's currently in place for internal transfers. So that still seems to be working fine. I've verified that recently, and there doesn't seem to be any issues with that. So I want to bring you the update right now. And the update is, according to them, and I'll read you what one of the reps wrote to me, was it, quote, is not affecting most older customers now, only new customers. Now, that's a kind of a generic way of saying, that they've probably made their system more lax as far as being able to allow for new accounts to have certain types of holds on them that are different than their older accounts. So they probably have some sort of flag in their system for any account that's newer than, say, 6 months old, or maybe whatever particular time frame they want to consider to be important for them to watch out for. But again, they offered no guidance on whether or not the older accounts would have a lesser hold for sure or not. They just said that typically older accounts are going to have a lesser hold at this point. And then the rep went on to say that the warning that you have been given should give an estimated time, not just the generic 10-day business hold. So what that means is that when you go into internal transfers at Fidelity and try to transfer money into Fidelity, which is not what I'm recommending you do, because this is what causes the hold to take place in most situations, that it should give you a specific time frame for when that money should be able to be deposited in your account from your external account. Now, I tested this out on my own account. I've had accounts with them for well over 30 years now, and it just popped up the generic message that said, this could be subject to a 10 business day hold, and understand that you can transfer from an external account, or you can use a wire transfer to avoid these holds. So I didn't get anything updated. Maybe they're implementing that now and putting it in place. Maybe on the older accounts they're not putting it in place and they're just essentially allowing people to transfer and there's not going to be a hold. I plan on making a transfer internally from Fidelity for just maybe $100 or something like that for a test case in the next several days, and I'll get back to you guys about that. But ultimately, the big takeaway from this is the policy really hasn't changed that much. It's kind of generic the way they answered me with the older accounts not being affected as much anymore. They said the pop-up is gonna say specifically when the money's gonna come across, but I didn't notice that. So I think the moral of the story is here, guys, to transfer money to Fidelity, do it from your external accounts only. So transfer it from Chase, Wells Fargo, places like that, and push the money over to Fidelity. Or if you need the money tomorrow, as they always tell you in the banking industry, you got to do a wire transfer, and that will avoid all the hold times. So I wanted to bring you that update today. Please check out my whole series on these Fidelity updates over the last several months if you haven't checked them out already. I detail what I went through as well as what they've done and how it's changed over those months since the end of last year, and actually even before then, going back all the way to September, October of last year. So I'll put a link in the description below about that, and probably a card up in the top right hand side there for you to be able to click on for the entire playlist. I appreciate you guys tuning in, hitting that like button, and subscribing to the channel. Talk to you next time. Thanks.